RCA CTC16 color Roundy. Going to do cataract surgery on this today. Reason for that is it's going to be one of the hottest days of the year here. It's supposed to be over 100 degrees by 1 o'clock. And this is the RCA style CRT with this type of bonding agent. See, this is a safety lens here. And there's like epoxy, a bonding layer between the front piece of glass and the actual tube. And it does this, the moisture causes it to degrade and you get this ring around, if you're not familiar with this. And this style, you have to use heat to remove it. And this one is not really very bad. I mean, it looks bad, but when they get bad, as it grows, it moves in towards the middle. And so if the dark part was into here, it would be much easier to get this safety lens off than this one. So I want to take advantage of the sun's heat, and I'm going to have to use a heat gun, and this is going to be a little bit of a risky one, but this is somebody else's TV, and I think they probably want it back, and I'd like to get it resurrected and move it out of here and get started on the next thing. So I'm going to yank the CRT out of the set, and we'll get it cooking in the sun. I did an analysis video on this set, and I've been so busy with different TVs lately I don't remember the details, but I'm going to pull all this stuff off the back, the yoke, the blue lateral, all of this, and I just want to get some video of where everything is located. That way it'll make it easier for the setup. I don't remember this being a remote set, but it certainly is. It might be something to play with. I'm going to try and just get the chassis loose and kind of scoot it off to the side. I do have to get it face down to get the tube out. Such a trip that this set has a fully metal bottom. Anyway, getting it taken down. So they actually do give you enough lead length to where you can kind of set the chassis up on its side. There's a couple things you have to unplug, but it's pretty well designed. I bet the guys who used to change a lot of these could change them in 30 minutes. From 30 minutes to an hour. From in to out to all the setup done, working, writing the customer an invoice. And now while this is out, I can do the work on the chassis that we need to do. Mainly inspect all the solder joints on the color board, the color stakes, maybe change some of these capacitors. I had an open thermistor and VDR and the power supply. Anyway, we'll get to that in the next part. We'll resurrect this for something and get it ready to go home. Actually does not look like a high hour set. It looks pretty clean. This needs to be the thumbnail for the video with the flowers and the cinder block in the background. Anyway, just because I have the opportunity here. This on the left, this is the Zenith style with the yellow halo. You use a hot wire or just let it bake in the sun and then use a wire to cut this one off. You do not use heat on this type. This is the RCA style, the one on the right with the ring, the clear ring. This, you have to use heat. So we're going to do this one today. This one is a junk tube I took out of a Zenith Roundy we did a video on a while ago. This is totally bad. So basically the cabinet and the chassis have moved on, and I'm saving this for parts. I want to save that safety lens, but this is the one we're going to do today. See the difference? And this glass is actually like a much more clear frosted anti-reflection glass. This is like a smoked glass that actually kind of dims the picture down. It's preferable to have that lens if you can get it, because that one you'll get much more brightness with a lot less drive on the tube. In fact, these tubes probably had a longer life than these tubes because you were always driving these so much harder to get past the tinting of the glass. There's a few tricks to pulling this off successfully. Number one is patience, taking your time. Number two is safety gear, because this is under a deep vacuum and it can implode, and they have imploded on collectors before, and you really don't want flying glass in your eyes or anywhere else. And cleanliness once you get it apart. Right now we don't care about cleanliness, but we should be able to like peel this off and see where they filled it up. So you see there, that's the port. I think the way they did this is they just had the CRT, then they put the safety glass on it, they wrapped this layer of tape around it right here. And then that was the eyelet where they just pumped this stuff in, which was clear, but is not no more. And here's another one over here. Let's see. No eyelet there. So anyway, I'm going to get this tape off. It's hot out here. It's humid too. It's like 50-60% humidity. I'm going to get this tape off and then we'll get it cooking. Hopefully a black trash bag will help it attract more heat, or help it hold more heat and be less reflective. I'm trying to get it as hot as possible. I think the reason why people like these videos is because they're kind of like those videos where someone goes with a bunch of lawn equipment to a house that they don't take care of the yard and it's grown up 5 feet, and you get this before and after shot of this lawn, and they're cleaning it all up and making it all nice. I think that's why these cataract surgery videos, people like them. And they're fun. I mean, it's like auto racing. We're waiting for the explosion, right? So this thing's been baking in the sun for, I don't know, 5 hours, 3 hours, from 8 to 1, and it is hot. It is hot. I can feel it through those gloves. So what's going to happen here, let me stop this down a little bit. Let's see. We don't need it all blown out, do we? Nah, a quarter should be good right there, I think. I got every part of my body covered. I got sunglasses on, and I'm using the helmet with the ballistic shield on the front. I have the equipment. I might as well use it. So what's going to happen is I'm going to start to heat this up. I might use chopsticks. Oh yeah, that stuff's good and soft right now. I might use chopsticks to apply some pressure to pull it off. I mean, it is really, really soft. I'm like almost there just from the heat of the sun. And yeah, here we go. I'm probably going to speed this part of the video up, just because I wish it was sped up, because it's hot. Yep, there it goes. See the fingers? Right here. I'm almost there. Why is it not? There we go. There it is. Whew. Damn, that's hot. There it is. I gotta let it cool off. I gotta cool off. Next step is to get this off and then clean it real good and glue the safety glass, but I need some water. Right now it's kind of a nice time to do this because it's kind of cloudy and cool out, but dry. I've let the CRT completely cool off for a whole day. So I want to get this off, but I think I'm going to clean the safety glass up first. Let me say this, once you delete this, you pretty much lost your safety lamination. So if you don't mind the light colored of that phosphor without the kind of smoked glass look, at your own risk, you can just leave the safety glass off. It doesn't offer much safety once you remove this. So it's more of a look type thing. You'll definitely get a brighter, sharper picture without the safety glass because you don't have that smoked lens blocking the light. So that's at your own risk. Just delete the lens. It's okay. Just the TV will be, you know, it'll look like a modern TV. It'll be real bright when it's turned off. It'll have that bright light gray. This is where cleanliness gets really important. You got to get all this stuff clean because once you seal it, the dirt will be in there forever. $10 for a bottle of Windex now. $10. Bottle made with recovered coastal plastic. Aha. Get ready for it. It's going to be nationwide pretty soon. Why am I doing this video in 1440 by 1080? that like 4x3 HD? Ooh, recovered coastal plastics. Maybe you could make a couple bottles out of this right here. It's kind of like peeling that layer of film off a new phone. So this is what I mean. You look at the color of this, right? See how that changes it? Ooh. And it attracts flies that are making happy for each other. Someone's playing scratch and sniff right now. It's a pretty nice fit. It's a real nice fit. Look at that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use a few pieces of this as a spacer. This is only single-sided sticky. It's just, I don't know, for doors or whatever. Just kind of put like 4 little pieces to kind of space it up a little bit. You can see the illuminization there around the edge, the silver. Anyway, so I got these marks right here and right here. That's your top and bottom. So a lot of this is cut off, right? There's a good section of this on the top and bottom you can't see because it's cut off. So there's a lot of room for air here and up there. But the sides, you need to stay on the black. So I got 4 pieces of tape, bigger ones there and there. I'm going to do one more cleaning, set it on there, and silicone it. I left the dirt lines on the outside. This was the bottom. You can clearly see where people had been washing it for 50 years and had been running down and sitting. So that's your, I just left that so you could see how much room this whole thing is unviewed. So that's it. We just square it up, and I actually think I like this tape better than the other stuff I was using. I like this tape single-sided. It doesn't want to slip. This is good. You could almost just wrap a good layer of tape around that and put it back in. Just don't throw anything at it. Don't throw no footballs at it. It's probably less safe with this glass on it, because if you were to hit this and break it, this would be a sharp object striking the front of the glass. Kind of like hitting an auto windshield with a spark plug insulator. I'm just going to use some ultra gray. That's what I got. I'm just going to put a very, you have to make sure this is sealed, because anywhere it's not, it will suck dirt into it. Just going to go around and put a very thin layer of this, making sure just to poke it in under the glass. Don't go too far. After you silicone it, you want to just take and push and look at the silicone bead and make sure it's touching the glass all the way around. You want this to be airtight, and this is pretty good. This one came out pretty nice. So that's it. Give it a week to dry, put it back in the set, do the setup, and watch TV. So in the next part to this video, we'll put the CRT back in, get it set up, get the set resurrected. I don't know, maybe we'll have some other debate or something to focus on to make it kind of fun. I'll clean all this off once the silicone dries. That's on there. I'm gonna have to use a razor blade and some solvent to get that layer of crust off. But there it is. Quick and easy. I guess, at least for me, since I've done it so many times. Give it a week to dry. No rush.